Ed, had a few days now to reflect on the Birmingham match. What's the mood been like in the camp?
It's been absolutely fine, really. I know there was a lot of controversy, obviously, with some of the incidents that happened, or one particular instance, but we spoke about it this morning in the meeting and it sort of cleared the air with the reasoning behind it and everything. So we'll just put that behind us and looking forward to Saturday now.
Because there's a huge amount of media coverage. Were you surprised by the amount of coverage it got? Because it made it all the way to Italy.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised by that, but it's obviously one of those things which is always going to be talked about. But Italy's a bit far, wasn't it?
It was a bit far, yeah. Nice spotted it on there.
Yeah.
Do you think it slightly took the gloss off what was actually a very good performance from you guys overall?
I think obviously that stole the attention. Obviously Luke got his first ever goal, which was a cracking goal as well. So it was a bit disappointing that he didn't get more sort of coverage than he probably deserved, because the incident itself obviously took away from every other part of the game, and we played well the other night, and all the lads sort of found our mojo, didn't we, H?
You certainly did, Ed.
And looking back on it now, do you still feel that you guys made the right decision to allow Birmingham to get the goal back?
It probably was, yeah. It probably was the right decision. I was sort of in two minds, because part of me thinks, well, if you're going to go down and if Izzy hasn't come on, the referee hasn't blown his whistle to stop the game, then why should you have the ball back? And then the other part of me was saying sort of, well, it's a bit controversial, maybe we should have let him have another goal, but as I said, we spoke about it this morning and we cleared the air between ourselves, so that's all sorted behind us now.
Yeah, how much confidence do you take away from the performance though? Because from an attacking perspective, I realised one of the goals you said was obviously up for debate, still counted though, and you guys got 3 goals, played a very good attacking performance.
Yeah, we've been working on that sort of, not sort of going back to front, but being a little bit more direct, and I think that sort of tactic paid off, and even though at times we did pass the ball well, and I thought that was one of our best passing displays, we mixed it up as well, which was nice, and we sort of had a bit more to our game than perhaps we have in other weeks. We had sort of plan A, plan B, plan C, and we utilised all of them.
Looking ahead to Reading then, have you had much chance to look at them this season? Have you seen how they've been playing?
Yeah, obviously they're a good team, and we know a lot about them, because obviously they've been in the Premiership, and they're coming to us off the back of a 6-0 defeat. I'm sure I'm sure they might have played a weakened team, but it's for sure that their full team will be down here, and that will have some effect, and it'll be interesting to see what sort of game we get down here.
They do have some very strong players. I mean, you look at like Lafondra and Wayne Bridge. When you see those type of names, do you think this is what you guys got promoted for, isn't it? These type of games.
Of course it is, yeah, and they are a massive team with some really big names, and it's exciting to play against those sort of teams and people, and sort of test yourself against real football players, and we look at every team now in this division, and everyone's got those sort of big names, and the teams are big names themselves, so every game we go into we're always excited, and it's always a test and a challenge to see where we've sort of got to.
And they lost to Blackpool before the Peterborough result. Have you been quite surprised by their start to the season, because they were tipped to be one of the favourites for promotion, and they haven't had the best of starts?
No, I think they're always going to be up there come the end of the season though. It's just one of those things, and like all clubs, you find your feet, don't you, in the first sort of 5-6 games, so I'm sure they're just finding their feet, and as we said before, they're a good team, and we hope to beat them, and it'll be a good achievement if we can.
And the game should suit you. It should be quite an attacking game, shouldn't it? And are you looking forward to it yourself?
I am, yeah. I've got a lot of confidence going from the game the other night going into this one, so a lot of the other lads as well, so I think we're all sort of ready to go and raring for it to come along.
And looking forward to the transfer window shutting, or are you hoping a few more new faces might pop along?
I don't know really. It's a difficult question, but it's Tuesday night, isn't it?
Yeah.
Monday night, yeah. But we haven't got long left now anyway, have we?
No.
No.
Any more questions?
Ed, there's a stage, you're the top scorer in the side at the moment, aren't you? I know that it's obviously a tough position to put yourself in. You can't be seen to encourage the strikers, that sort of thing. But you confident that sort of phase of play will click. The strikers will.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think we saw the other night that we looked much more of a threat, didn't we? And going forward, we caused a lot of problems, and we just need to do that in the league now, and obviously consistently do that, and that's our biggest challenge. 'Cause obviously playing against tougher defenders, you know, it's a step up all round. So, you know, if we can get that, which I'm sure we will, then we'll be all right.
You said about Reading finding your feet, and the manager said about patience as well. Do you think that you guys are finding your feet?
Definitely, yeah. So it's obviously a big step up from where we've come from. You know, it's quite a big gap between League One and Championship, and you know, the teams are big names, and the players they've got quality players. You know, and it is that sort of finding your feet and customising and to sort of. Is that a word?
Yeah, I'll do. Yeah,
yeah, good. I like that one.
Yeah, drop that one down.
Yeah.
In the way to customising.
Yeah, twerking's in the dictionary now.
Yeah. Can't fit that one in anyway. I forgot what the question was now.
It was about adapting and
Yeah,
customising
yeah.
the team and approach.
I'm sure we'll get there, yeah.
Going back to the goal on Tuesday night as well, you know, a cracking free kick up and over and got the dip on it. The last time you scored sort of goals like that, you said about how you've been watching videos of some nobody in a red shirt. You know, have you really been practicing the free kicks even more? Is it something that you'd like
Yeah, I
to see
have.
even more?
The gaffer gave me a drill the other day where you set 10 balls up in a line and you just sort of come on, you take one step back, hit one step forward, you know, one step back, and you just constantly finding that area of the net, and it's obviously been paying off because I've been practicing, and hopefully I can do that a few more times this season.
Brilliant. Thank you.
What's the mood like with the team at the moment? Is there a lot of competition for places? Have you seen the atmosphere kind of change when people are waiting to be selected?
It's not really changed the atmosphere. I think everyone that's not in the team is working hard to get in the team, and the ones that are in the team, such as myself, are aware of, you know, there is competition for your place and you've got to be on top of your game to stay in the team. So things like that can only help you really, and help the rest of the team.
Does it make it a different dynamic in training? It's more of an audition, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Of course it is. Yeah, every day is really, you know, you always wanting to show what you can do, and whether that's a game or training, you want to be the best player, and it's all about keeping your place in the team and deserving to keep your place in the team as well. And we know that the lads who are on the sidelines waiting to come on can do a job because they've shown that when they've come on and they've played well. So there is a lot of competition, and it can only be good for us.
Cool, thank you.
And has Byron recreated his goal on the training pitch?
This morning, no. See it a few more times, I think.
Seems like we have a comedian in our midst.
Cool. Thank you.
Cheers.